Hey, buenos dias. Good morning. I'm Ivan Ramirez, and this is another edition of RevvED series, our special edition with our Impacto Changemaker awardees. If you don't know, or if this is your first time with us, we are Revolución Educativa, an advocacy organization around issues of education. And this past spring, we were able to recognize 25 changemakers here in Kansas City, Missouri, that are making impact in their own communities in their different areas. Some of them are in healthcare, some of them are in education, politics, and every week we take time to get to know them a little, see what projects they are doing, and then get to know their journey. So I'm glad that you are here with us, and hopefully you enjoy our conversation. It will be a short one. Today we have with us Clara Hernandez, which I've been really excited to talk to her and get to know more about her journey in education, in pharmacy school, and a lot more. So let me bring her on screen, and then if you have any questions, you can drop them on the comments, and then we can bring them up. If you have any comments, also type them up, and then we can get our guests to react to them. Buenos días, Clara. ¿Cómo estás?
Buenos días, bien. ¿Y ustedes? And you? How are you doing?
Bien, 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 bien. Yes, viernes. I'm ready for the weekend. I just found out through you that there's a mariachi concert going on, so I will be going to that tonight. And
Nice.
then, yeah, in mañana there's the Americana Music Festival. So if anybody doesn't have anything to do, pull up. There's an Americana Music Festival with different artists. Yeah. So, how was your week?
Week? Successful, I guess. Well, no, it was. I'm in the middle of getting through my boards exams. After graduating, I've got 3 exams to get through, the pharmacy licensure exam and then law exams for each state. So since we're on the border of Kansas and Missouri, I feel like I got to do both. So I just was notified this past Wednesday that I passed the Missouri law exam. So 2 down, 1 more to go.
Yeah. Good job. I bet you that feels good. And then you were saying that those are like 6 hours each?
The first licensure exam takes a little over 6 hours to complete, and then these law exams is around 2.5 hours. So yeah, a lot of memorization and studying, and so that's why I put my whole focus on that.
Well, no, that's good, and I wish you good luck on them.
Thank you.
Well, let's begin by getting to know you a little bit better. So could you tell us who you are, and then what are some of the things that you do? Because you likely wear multiple different hats as a student, as an advocate in the community. So yeah.
So right now I'm just focusing on getting through those exams, and then outside of my studying time, I'm catching up with family. I'm making up for that time that I spent while in school. So, but my main passion is helping with Latino students and Latino patients, and trying to look for a position where I can do that as a pharmacist. So.
No, that you're right. When in school, we drop a lot of things of ourselves. Like I remember, I didn't have time to check in with family, to do some of my hobbies. So I'm excited that you have graduated and you're picking up those little things that you enjoy, especially connecting with family.
Oh yeah, I've been enjoying it a lot, and I mean, it's hard to say that like it's been 11 years I've been in college since I graduated from high school, and so it's like I get to now have that opportunity to be at birthday parties and weddings, and like not have to have that worry looming over me about studying and such. So life begins.
Yes, again, and then, like who was I 11 years ago? That's a lot. Yeah. So tell us, what are some of the issues, notable issues and needs that you see in the communities that you have served through to the things that you do?
Yeah. So while I was in school, I was a pharmacist intern with a community pharmacy in Kansas City, Kansas. And so that location, as most of y'all know, is really diverse. It's not just Hispanos, but it's also, African, Asian. I mean, it's just multilingual, multicultural. And so it was there where I came across this need of having to have an interpreter or the patients to communicate with such patients. And my passion just grew with that. I knew I wanted to be in healthcare. I just didn't know how much the need was just to help patients. And it bothered me a bit too when, they rely so much on family. So when they come in for their medicine and they don't understand what we're trying to explain, and as a pharmacist, it's our job to make sure that the education we give is understood, and this medication is important. I mean, it can be safe. We have to make sure it's safe.
Yes.
So it bothers me when like they bring in a family member and like the child has to interpret, and I'm like, no, we're not gonna put that responsibility on a child. Let's get an interpreter. Or luckily I know Spanish, so I can help with that. So the pharmacy was very appreciative, especially the pharmacists. So
Yeah. Can you elaborate more on why representation matters? I think you being there is really important and really helpful for families. But why? Why do we need more people like you that are bilingual?
we do, because it's the comfortability of the patient. It's having that access for them. It's because when they come in and they don't, you can tell the worry on their face, and they're looking for a familiar Latino looking face, and because they're just more comfortable with that. And you want them to share all the details about their health, because you never know if the condition that they're coming or the medication that they're taking could be interacting with something they brought home, a supplement from another country.
Yeah.
Or the condition that they have could be an emergency, and like, no, you need to go to the emergency. This is not something we can take care of here. But a lot of times at the pharmacy, it's the deciding factor for patients with low income, whether they need to go to a clinic or if there's something that they can treat themselves. So with having that multilingual capability, I'm offering an opportunity for adults, parents, children to come up to me confidentiality. They don't have to talk in between a phone, because sometimes that too kind of gives them a bit discomfort, because you have to talk between an interpreter and a phone. So it gives them that comfortability and patience access and like that. Yeah.
No, I remember I like most of us having to translate for my parents, going to the doctor's appointments. And as kids, it's really nerve-wracking, but sometimes there's no other options
Right.
that we have. So yeah, I wish growing up we had more people like you that my parents could rely on and get the correct information in their own language. It's important, and sometimes translating, you don't know the names of the pills, the medicine. Like wrong information could be given, and sometimes it's life. Yeah, it could affect your health, your
Right.
life. Hmm.
It's very
So
true.
yes. Um, so okay, you're working with families around issues of health. When and why did this become important to you? Did you always wanted to work in pharmacy and health? Or
Um,
yes.
Healthcare, yes, ever since I was a kid, and that's just seeing family take care of family. So I knew I wanted to be somewhere in healthcare. Didn't know if be a nurse, a doctor. I didn't think about pharmacy until high school, and where I came across through the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. They have a Latino program for students, college and high school students, called Latinos of Tomorrow. And I just heard that they're starting that back up, so I'm very excited for them. But through that program, they introduced me to another program with UMKC where they brought in all the different healthcare providers. I mean, it's not just doctors, dentists, nurses, pharmacists. So it was there I got a taste of everything as a high school student. And I thought I was going towards a physician, and then decided pharmacy is kind of where I want to go. I just want to be that accessible healthcare provider for patients. I like communicating with patients. And so, I mean, the way I explain it to people is like, think about how often you see your doctor. Think about how often you go to your drugstore. So a lot more often you go see your drugstore. So you have more access to your pharmacist than you do your doctor. So that's what I like.
Yeah. How was your experience? Because now you're at the end of your educational experience, but I think we skipped. But how was your experience throughout college? especially with mentoring. Yeah, did you have mentors, any tutors that help you get through that? Because I know there's probably students or prospective healthcare professionals that might be struggling, or they want to reach out to somebody, or yeah, how did you do it?
A lot of support, a
Mm-hmm.
lot of being comfortable with yourself to know how much you need help, and being, you know, gotta put down that pride just to say I need help, and kind of gotta have to self-evaluate yourself. So the way I got through it, like I said, was through Latinos of Tomorrow. They've helped me through finding programs, because when I was struggling in organic chemistry back in Johnson County Community College, which is where I was before I started pharmacy school, they found a program for me, signed me up, and so that's how I got my extra support, my summer extra courses, and it was a lot like that. And I had mentors through the college, and that was very nice, because that's where I had to open up. You know, there's some things you share with your family, and there's other things you don't want to overwhelm them and then stress them out over your own stresses. So you got to find someone to reach out to outside of that, to let them know, you know, this is what I feel. And I'm a big advocate for mental health. So
Mm-hmm.
I support that. I've been conquering the challenge of through generalized anxiety disorder and testing anxiety, which is kind of why I've dropped the job search and kind of focusing on completing my exams, because it gives me a lot of anxiety. So I know what my priorities are. So that's what I focus on. And it wasn't until a mentor that I opened up to, like, full confidentiality. I was open faced, like, about everything. And that's where she said, okay, well, I think we're going to need some medical attention. You know, let's get some anxiety help for you, because, you know, you're going to need it, and we want you to be successful. We want you to be strong. And yeah, it's just surprising to me that it took until after retaking my second year of pharmacy school that was the main problem, I guess, that I couldn't get over, was the anxiety or control of. So now that I know that, I feel so much more confident. I mean, I'm not second guessing myself. You know, a lot of times we go through this imposter syndrome where, you know, you're not sure if this is the right path for you, or you're not sure if you're smart enough. And especially throughout high school, when I'm in those honors courses, I just, you know, seeing a colored face, you don't see that very often in these honors courses. So it was like, am I the right face? So
Yeah. How do you have any tips? Because of that you have learned on how to control your anxiety taking tests, because that's, I think a lot of us suffer from that. And you taking 6 hour tests, you probably conquer that, and you're an expert at managing your
oh
anxiety.
man, yeah. It's a lot of breathing
Yeah.
exercises. I'm a very creative, crafty person, so I try to take study breaks in between my studies sessions, and do some coloring or painting, or, you know, something that can distract my mind from, like, the content that I'm studying. And then before the exam, it's a lot of breathing exercises. I like to go on YouTube and just search for, you know, random breathing. It's better I don't know what they're gonna introduce, so that why I just follow along and not, like, fast forwarding to see.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that's what I do. I do breathing exercises, and I also see someone to talk about my anxiety, or my fiance. I tell him, you gotta be honest with those loved ones around you. You know, this is stressing me out right now. So, okay, well, you let them know what they can do for you.
Hmm. I think the key that you said, the important fact is that asking for help. That's what you mentioned at the
Mm-hmm.
beginning. Sometimes we struggle, especially as males. Sometimes I struggle asking for help, or as Latinos, being the only ones in the classroom. But it's important that we feel comfortable asking for help and reaching out to people. Most of the time, everybody's willing to help and get you, yeah, help you.
Oh yeah.
Hmm.
Oh yeah. Almost every time you ask for help, it's
Yeah.
because if they see that you've got an ambition, you've got a goal in mind, and they know that this is just one of those speed bumps and you just need help to get over with it, then they're all for it, especially mentors. And you just got to branch out and let them know what you need, because more than likely they have a resource that you don't know of that could help you.
Bueno, let me switch things a little bit. I know Hispanic Heritage Month casi va a comenzar. So are you celebrating? What are you doing for Hispanic Heritage Month? What does it mean to you?
Well, it's a bit more sentimental this year. My grandfather passed away a couple weeks before my graduation. And he was the biggest cheerleader to see another one of his grandkids get a doctoral degree. So I'm all about putting together an ofrenda for him and all my loved ones who have passed. So I'm looking forward to start collecting little monitos and ofrenda pieces, just to celebrate their life. I love going to Maddie Rhodes. I try to make it an annual thing. Like I said, I love color and art, and so I just feel like Day of the Dead is just the most celebration of life that you can see, and that's what I plan on doing.
Yeah. I think I'm going to start tonight going to that concert to start celebrating. So there's different people in your family that have doctoral degrees?
We just have one other.
Okay, no, that's good.
Yeah. My older cousin, he has a doctor in psychiatry for children. So he started the ambition, and we kind of have this tradition that I'd like to get started. I have my diploma, which is really big. I did not expect it to be tall. Like, it's tall. And so I was
mine is like
well, I mean, my brother, he has a master's degree, and so he had it hung up in my grandparents' house. And I thought, well, what a neat idea to hang up, the family successes of the grandkids, and to hopefully motivate the younger grandkids to continue to pursue, education or whatever their ambition is. So, so that's next thing I'm going to do is get that hung up at grandparents' house.
Yeah. Also, I'm sorry about your grandpa. What was his name?
Manuel.
Okay. Yeah.
Thank you.
They're special people. I don't have mine anymore, but I still remember them. You learn a lot from them. It's a different type of relationship with the grandparents.
Yeah, he left a legacy, and I hope to fulfill that. So.
Yeah, you're doing it. You're living it.
Thank you.
So at RevvED, we love to get some advice based on your personal experience. So what are some of the major challenges you face in your advocacy journey, and how have you worked to overcome them, or you continue to work to overcome them?
Let's see. My major challenge would be conquering through my anxiety, this constant fear of failure that I've had to, and it comes from having to retake a course or redo a year, but that's just an opportunity for even greater comeback. That's how I have to see it that way. And I mean, I just embrace that.
Yeah. Failing is okay.
Yes, that's what my advice is. Failing is okay. Just continue on, and there is no deadline in whatever you're seeking. So just keep at it, and
it's how you recuperate. How do you cómo te levantas de esos failures. Okay, so there's a lot of younger people that are here with us or that will listen to us. But for those that are wanting to get engaged and have a strong voice and help in the community, do you have any advice or any words to them?
Get active in your community if you haven't already, and if you are, take a leadership position, because whatever you're looking forward to, and leadership helps so much with your confidence personally, but it also helps your community in seeing that other young students who are also pursuing whatever you're going for can see that it can be done. So, I mean, a lot of times when I was in pharmacy school, I still have yet to meet the little pharmacists that are Latino here. I know they are here, but I don't know where they are. So, we have to show our face, and so let others know that this is possible, and that we are here to help each other. So, give back to your community, to help other students. And that's how I did it. And it was nice to see at my graduation some of the younger students who just graduated their bachelor's degree, and they wrote
Mhm.
lovely notes saying thankful for that me introducing them to Latinos of tomorrow and
Mhm.
such. So I mean, it just makes you feel so much better to know that you're continuing to help others and others are doing the same.
Yeah, we need more of you, more people with degrees, PhDs. I remember being a student, and Dr. Lucille Pesina always encouraged me to keep going, get the next degree, get the next degree. Then I
Mm-hmm.
started being a professional, and I realized that makes sense. It gets lonely
It
being the
does.
only Latino, being the only professional in an office. So yeah, we need more. We need more people. And
Mm-hmm.
then we're here. Like you're here to help the next generation. Revolución Educativa is here.
Yeah.
Reach out. Don't hesitate. So you were one of our awardees for Impacto Changemakers, and I want to read what your nominator said back in April or March, and then just get your reaction and what this meant to you and your family. So Clara's passion for our community and willingness to be a leader in her work. She is the first Latina that I know who has succeeded in pharmacy. She just graduated with her PharmD. She has a huge asset at CVS. She is a huge asset at CVS for the Hispanic community. And they were getting tested, receiving vaccinations, and even educating them on prevention
Mm-hmm.
strategies. She also said that you have been involved in the community since high school, and that's one of the reasons why you liked and majored in pharmacy. So, what are your thoughts? What did it mean to be an awardee? And yeah, we'll start with that.
I I I really enjoyed going to the awards ceremony and being with the other awardees and seeing, you know, that they're most of them are older than me. So
Mhm.
and just to see their contribution already to the community was inspiring to me, and just seeing how much that I can give back and knowing that what I've done for myself in getting this degree, I'm ready to do that. And so, being this awardee, I just hope to fulfill all the legacies the rest of the community has done. And like you said, Cesar Chavez, I know this is what you guys
Yes.
have honored him for. So that's how I see it. I have the award right here on my mantle, and I look at it, and it just inspires me to continue on and continue to encourage others to be awarded as well.
Mhm. Mhm. Well, that was my next question. But why do you think it's important to recognize each other's work and contributions to our community?
I thought of it like encouraging a diverse community with diverse skill sets
Mhm.
brings on a cultural community in the end.
Yeah.
So um, that's how I hope to see our future. You know, we've all got different passions and skills, and I just hope that we can all use that to help the next generation, which is what Revolución Educativa is about. So I love it.
Mhm. No, that's what we, and it was really, yes, that's what we are doing. And it was really inspiring to see the different sectors, like I said, healthcare, politics,
Mm-hmm.
environmental justice,
Yeah.
education, all in one room together. So hopefully, this was just the beginning of starting to collaborate and mesh together all of our talents, not for us, but for the community.
Yeah. It's
Mhm.
nice to recognize everyone, and even better just to get to know everyone and knowing, you know, you've got a resource and sustainable resources.
Yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah. Well, we are almost to the end of our conversation. Any last thoughts before we go and let you go for the weekend?
um, no, everyone enjoy their weekend. Thank
Yeah,
you for your time.
yeah. I guess since we talked about reaching out for help, this is a good spot to plug in our Ayuda KC. So it's a direct line to support anything, any issues related with parents and caretakers in their educational experience. So, like Clara said, don't hesitate to reach out for help. We have our phone number that you can reach out to us, and then we'll be able to assist you, give you consejos. So the number is 1-844 Ayuda KC or 1-844-298-3252. Don't hesitate to reach out. Clara, hopefully I'll see you tonight at the mariachi concert,
Okay.
and then it'll be fun. But thank you for being with us, and thank you for being a change maker.
Thank you for the award. I really appreciate it.
Okay, adios.
Adios. Bye.